Good morning, students. How are you, everyone? I hope you all are fine and take care of yourself. Students, today we are going to start our new chapter. The name of the chapter is State Government, and this is the chapter 3 from your book. Students, before starting our chapter, first of all, you should know about the meaning of government. Basically, the government consists of group of people who govern the country. It is the duty of the government that they can make a rules for the well-being of citizens. So our government has a constitution. Here constitution means make different type of laws. So it is the duty of the government that they can make a laws for the welfare of human beings. So government consists of various types of groups. So government makes the rules that was followed throughout the country. It has also worked towards the meeting the basic needs of the citizens. So our India has a written constitution which includes the states, the laws on how the country should be governed. It also distributes the power between the different level of a government. So students, this is the basic or a introduction part of government. Now let's start with our chapter, that is the state government. So the government in India functions at the three levels, that is central, state and a local government, and it also includes the three branches, that is legislature, executive and the judiciary. Now let's read about them later. So first of all, I can tell you about more introduction about a state government. The government of a state is known as the state government. It is located in the capital city of that state. So the basically state government makes laws on matters related to the states. So it is the responsibility of the state government that they can include maintaining law and order, transport and health facilities towards a particular state. So students, this is the main role of a state government. Now this slide shows you three branches of a government. Basically our government branches includes executive branch, legislative branch and a judicial branch. Now we can discuss here one by one. First of all, the executive branch. Here the executive branch makes sure that the laws are followed by the peoples or not. Second one is the legislative branch. Its main motive is to make laws. Third one is the judiciary branch. It can deliver the justice. Basically, judiciary branch includes the judges. Students, in this slide you can more learn about the three different branches of a government, that is legislative, executive or a judicial. Now next come to the three levels of a Indian government. There are three levels. First one is the central government, state government or a self government. Now we can discuss here these three types of a government one by one. First of all, the central government. Basically the central government takes care of a national security, relations with the foreign countries or a union territories. Second one is the state government. The state government is our chapter. So basically we can more focused on the state government. In the state government we can charge law and order, transport, health services and so on for a particular state. Third one is the local self government. It includes the Gram Panchayat, municipal corporation, municipal council or a Nagar Panchayat. So students, these are the three layers of a government. Now basically in this session we have to more study or more focused on the state government. Now students, question arises in our mind that why do we have a state government? Basically India is a very huge country which consists of different type of states, different type of union territories, cultures, festivals, religions, beliefs, etc. So distribution of power between the center and state government has been provided in the Constitution of India. Why? For the smooth functioning of a country, the government of India made a constitution. Constitution means making of a law. For the proper functioning of our country, the government of India make a different type of laws. So every individual or every Indian citizen have to follow these laws. Basically, the state government is responsible for good governance of the people of the state. Now our next topic in the state government is the forming of a state legislature. So for the forming of this we have to consist on the two legislature. First one is the unicameral and second one is the bicameral. Now first of all I can discuss here or I can tell you the meaning about unicameral legislature. Students, in India most of the states have a unicameral type of state legislature. Basically, a unicameral type of state legislature is where there is only a one house and this house is called a state legislature or a legislative assembly. So in a bicameral type there are two types of houses. First one is the legislative council and second one is the legislative assembly. So in the next slide we can study about the two houses. That first one is the legislative council and second one is the legislative assembly. So our first house is the legislative council, which includes the Vidhan Parishad, that consists is the upper house. Second one is the legislative assembly, which includes the Vidhan Sabha and it is the lower house of the state legislature. Students, the state legislature consists of the governor and one or two houses. The name of the two houses is legislative council and the legislative assembly. So our next slide shows that members of legislative assembly, which means a MLA. So every 5 years election is held and it is announced for state legislative assembly. Here the political parties nominate their people for each constituencies. Here all the members of legislative assembly are elected on the basis of an adult franchise, where one member is elected from a constituency. Student, there is an important note that to be a member of the legislative assembly, a person must be a citizen of India plus it must be at least age of 25 years and must have some other qualifications. So that may be prescribed by the president. So these are the basic necessities for the MLA. Now our next question is that what is the meaning of MLA or a MLC plus what is the differentiate between MLA and MLC. First of all we can discuss here the full form it. First of all the full form of MLA means the member of legislative assembly. Second one is the MLC. It means member of a legislative council. So now here we can differentiate between these two terms. So MLAs and MCs and MLCs are the members of state legislative in India. But MLAs are elected directly by the voters. But in the MLCs, these are elected by the restricted electorate which comprises of teachers, lawyers, doctors, etc. There is another feature for an MLAs that they can propose money bills, but MLCs they don't have a power to propose the money bills. So MLAs can participate in a vote of confidence, whereas MLCs they don't have any right. So in the ministries of government at the state level are mostly consist of the MLAs, means members of legislative assembly, while there are a few MLCs to get a chance to serve as a ministers. Now our next topic is the functions of the state legislative. So our first function is that this assembly has a sole right to give or pass laws. Second one is the control over the executive. Here The state legislature keeps all control over the executive. Here, the Council of Ministers is responsible for a Vidhan Sabha collectively. It remains in the office so long as it enjoys the confidence of the House. So, it has a full control over the executive. Third one is the electoral power. Electoral means voting power. Here, they have a full electoral power to elect the President of India. Fourth one is the functions related to the constitutional amendments. So they are an important function of state legislature related to the amendment of the law whenever needed. Student, our last topic is the how is government formed in state. This topic is not in your book. This topic I was covered just only for your knowledge. So it means that after the election of a legislative assembly, the political party whose MLAs won more than half of the number of constituencies in a state, it has to be a majority and has the full right or a first right to form the government of the state. Second one, the leader of the majority party is appointed as the chief minister by the government. Student, I have a question that who is the chief minister of Haryana? Okay, so this is the process that how is government formed in state. Student, in the end I want to say that read this chapter carefully from your book. Thank you.